This channel is proudly sponsored by Flux Fantasy, an anime-style alternate 1990s tabletop RPG, where you wield the power of chemistry to manipulate reality itself. Check out the core rulebook and many other things. You will find the links in the description and in the pinned comment. Hi! Welcome to this part of my review featuring the Guide to the World Grave. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this game master and setting book for the Fathom tabletop RPG, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about Afflictions. Swimming in sewage, a particularly dangerous attack, or any other traumatic events can cause long-term damage to a player character. Certain abilities or effects can cause afflictions, or a game master can impose a check to avoid an affliction. Over the course of the associated rest, a creature can attempt to recover from an affliction. Certain afflictions may require longer or multiple rests, based on the severity of the affliction. A creature can attempt the intuition check to treat their affliction only once each rest, but other creatures can attempt the check for the afflicted creature. Within this category of afflictions, you have disease traumas. The player can receive the disease affliction from many different sources, such as adventuring in fetid places, or getting bit by a viral animal. Depending on the severity of the disease, the player could get numerous dice reductions from their physical stats, which represents the disease weakening the organs. Once a player is infected, that player should not be informed about the disease unless they investigate it. Or someone else investigates the disease, of course. A creature can attempt to identify a disease with a successful intuition check. You have parasites such as corallification. When you receive this affliction, the infected part will turn gray, growing protrusions and becoming brittle. When you complete a day rest, you must make a bigger check. On a fail, put a stack on this affliction as the calcification spreads. You gain various negative effects according to the number of stacks. For example, you gain vulnerability to physical damage, or maybe you can no longer use equipment or relics. Perhaps your speed decreases. If this affliction has 1 to 4 stacks, you can make an intuition check to amputate the affected regions, reducing the infected creature's maximum hit points by 5. You also have other types such as poison or venom. You have the hemovenom. At the end of each round, you lose 1d3 hit points until the end of combat. You gain the dazed condition until you complete a day rest. There are also illnesses. Once a creature is ill, they receive various symptoms according to the disease. Maybe they have a sore throat. It is more difficult for them to rest, and they lose 2 dice when making command checks or contests. Maybe they suffer from vomiting. Whenever the creature consumes food, you roll a d6. On a 1 to 2, the creature vomits and gains no benefit from consuming the food. Each day rest, a creature can attempt to cure their illness through intuition and medicine, but if they fail too many checks, the creature can die from the illness. You also have physical traumas. These afflictions are likely to come from severe bodily harm, such as falling from a great height or being trapped in a burning building. They usually apply penalties to your speed, to various checks. You may end up losing an entire limb. Maybe you end up spraining your ankle. Maybe you end up losing your arm or your eye. There are also mental traumas that can be acquired when experiencing traumatic events. Maybe you end up with temporary traumas such as existential dread. You lose your will to survive, you cannot use abilities until the end of combat. Or maybe it's something permanent. Maybe you end up with despondency, an extended period of hopelessness and depression. Once you complete a day rest, you must make a sanity check. On a fail, you have the number of dice you receive from skills when determining dice pools from all checks or contests, until you complete a day rest. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about loot generation and relics. These afflictions are truly frightening and disturbing, and I think it's going to be quite impactful when your character suddenly finds himself afflicted by one of the most dreaded conditions. Thank you for watching this part of the review. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider becoming a member or using the super thanks button. You can also check out the pinned comment below. This has been Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. I am currently unavailable for professional sessions, but I will put my contact information in the description and in the pinned comment for when I am available again. And remember, in tabletop RPGs, it's not about what you want your characters to do, it's about what your characters are doing. Once again, thank you and see you later.